Okay, so Friday afternoon, one valet attendant crashed a car into a pillar,
Holy fuck.
damaging the car and the property, of course.
Was he drunk or something?
No, he just came in too fast or some shit.
Just an idiot?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That same day, another valet attendant crashed a guest car into another guest car in the valet garage, totaling them both. Straight up totaled. I have a video, I'll show you.
You have a video of it happening?
Not happening, but like the cars after the fact.
Jesus Christ.
The very next day, Saturday afternoon, before I got to work, another valet attendant caused a scene at Starbucks, and I guess it was so bad that security had to get involved. So, throughout Saturday afternoon, Greg was being called up to the executive level.
Well, hold on. Are they like lactose intolerant? And so you put milk in their coffee and they freak the fuck out?
Dude, I don't... They
Like
never
they're
even,
allergic to milk or... What the fuck? How do you get kicked out of Starbucks?
they never even figured out who it was. Like, the actual valet department, they were just like, yeah, we never... By the time I was hearing the story, they were just like, yeah, we never figured out even who it was.
Jesus
Like, okay.
Christ. All right,
But, so Greg was called up to the executive level of this place, our casino resort, like 3 times in one afternoon, just to be chewed out by, like, the most top of the pyramid. So, like, you know, not the owner and not, like, his secondhand man, but, like, once it starts branching into, like, okay, here's the casino pyramid and here's the guest services, aka hotel pyramid. Like, it was the head honcho of the guest services pyramid. His name is Mike. And Craig was called up once to explain the whole car into pillar incident. Then, not long after that, called up again like, I just got done talking with you, and now I find out about this, and the whole total car incident. And then the third time, what the fuck, man? What is up with your department? Who are these people you're hiring? You're obviously incompetent. You need to shape the fuck up for about the, yeah.
Starbucks.
Greg thought he was going to get fired that day. That's why, Cody was explaining to me all this, and he says, I guarantee if you do what you're about to do, you will get him fired. Because all of this will have happened in one weekend. So, it was up to me.
Kind of sounds like this is the only weekend you can do it then, huh?
Exactly. It was a golden opportunity. So, what I
That
did...
level of hatred for somebody in an authoritative position is kind of unfathomable right now. Like,
I mean, I have a problem with authority in general.
well, no, I understand that, but you're like you're like, fuck my job. You have the cushiest you had the cushiest job, and it was like, nope, got to do it.
Well, I also found out that weekend, like towards the beginning of the weekend, that they hired 4 new valet people, and one of them was a guaranteed graveyard. So I knew my time was up within the week, probably anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was just like, all right, fucking all the signs point to this. It needs to be done. So what I did,
Dude, that's kind of fucked up though.
right?
Like you're being replaced within the week, and that weekend you're like, taking you out with me, bitch.
Yeah.
like the opportunity happened though right before you got canned.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay, dude, that's fate or some shit.
Exactly, right? Fucking destiny.
Holy shit.
So before I get into this, like, Sunday mornings are already the fucked up, like, most busiest
Yeah.
moment of any given week.
Yeah.
Because, like any other hotel, people come, they visit the hotel, they stay for the weekend, and they usually, the grand majority of them, leave on Sunday mornings. Checkout is at 11 a.m. Maybe some of them have late checkouts to 12 p.m. But fucking every weekend, without fail, between 8 and 11, everyone's checking out all at the same time.
Yeah.
Meaning everyone who's used valet is trying to get their car all at the same time. So on Sunday mornings, wait times already get up to an hour for some people.
Yeah.
So with all that in mind, what I did Saturday night is I would grab 2 sets of keys of the same car brand. Here's a Ford, here's a Ford. And I would swap their tickets. So here's the situation. Guy walks up to the desk, hands in his ticket. I need my car. Valet attendant says, okay. He rips it, gives him his half and says, okay, that's for your driver. He goes to the board. He finds it on that hook. He puts it in line. By the time, okay, so, time passes. Another valet attendant finally gets to his keys, depending on how busy it is. They run out to the garage and they grab the car corresponding to that ticket.
Yeah.
They drive it back. Person says, that's not my car. The valet attendant says, this is your ticket, right? He's like, yeah, that's my ticket, but that's not my car. Valet attendant's going to be like, fuck. So he runs inside, and now that valet attendant is completely put out of commission as he has to single-handedly, like he has to put everything aside to focus on finding this person's keys and this person's car because he was next in line, right?
You did it multiple times, didn't you?
And, they'll eventually find the keys, they'll eventually find the car and pull it around. But with all the criteria I'm about to let you know, these people they were waiting at least a minimum of an hour, probably closer to 2, and depending on how lucky or smart the valet attendant was at finding the keys or the matching car, some people may have waited even up to 3 hours for a valet service that guarantees we'll have your car within 15 minutes. So what I did that. I swapped the tickets of these 2 things, of 2 sets of keys, and here was my 4 criteria. I targeted the most common car brands, like Toyota, Chevy, Nissan, Ford, Dodge. That way, even if they get a vehicle description, it's like, oh, what does your car look like? Oh, it's a white Ford pickup. Oh, great. It's not like we have 30 of those in our garage right now, so still have to find it. I targeted keys that are completely indistinguishable from another. So no lanyards, no gadgets or gizmos, nothing that stands out. So even just oh, what do your keys look like? It's just a bunch of keys. So it's harder to find the keys. Third criteria was I targeted keys with no key fob. That means that they can't just go out to the garage and start clicking around and go by sound.
Holy fuck. Because I was thinking they could just do that, but oh my god.
Right. I thought very well about this.
Jesus Christ.
And even with the vehicle description, like I said, targeting the most common car brands, it's like, oh, white Ford pickup. Oh, and I don't have a clicker. They would have to check every individual white Ford pickup until that one key worked.
You're an evil child.
Last criteria.
Oh my dude, 3 hours my ass. It's like a 4-hour, 5-hour. Holy fuck.
I targeted rental cars because that way some people are likely to not even remember what their keys or their car look like.
Yeah.
No description at all. And in that case, worst case scenario, there's people who keep their cars in pristine enough shape to come off as a rental car, so maybe they'll bring around the wrong car, and the people will be like, cool, drive off with it, and then 2 things happen in that instance. Worst case scenario, like I said. The actual owner of that car's, by the time he's going to get his car, they're going to bring around, obviously, the wrong one, and he's going to say, that's not my car, scramble, blah, 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 realize it's not in the port, and he's going to have to report a stolen vehicle. The people who took off with the car thinking that was their rental car, they're going to take it to the rental agency. Rental agency is going to say, that's not the car we gave you. They're going to trace it back to the Nugget. And either which way, in either of those 2 routes, both parties are going to need severe compensation.
Oh my god.
And I did that to 70 sets of keys.
Holy fuck! Oh, holy Christ on a cracker.
We have about 600 available spaces in our valet port or our valet lot, and on any given weekend, about 500 of those are filled up. And like I said, probably like 80% of those 500 are all trying to leave all within the same 3-hour time frame. Some people are smart enough to try to leave closer to like 5, 6 a.m. It really picks up at 6 a.m., but it just gets busier and busier, and then it lasts until about 12 p.m. for the people who are like still waiting after checkout at 11 slash the people who got late checkouts. So, yeah, out of those 500, I did it to 70. And, I just get a text at 11 a.m. from Cody saying, "You crazy bastard." He wasn't working that morning. He just heard about it from Greg. I guess Greg started interrogating the shit out of him, thinking like, there's no way Alex could have done this without help. But we were successfully able to spin it so, like, no, I totally did this on my own.
Well, you're not stupid.
Exactly. It's like...
That's the worst part, is if Greg thought you were stupid, now I hope he's thinking otherwise.
Yeah, exactly.
Because your work ethic, this is the worst part, I think. Like, this is the worst fucking quality in people. They think that if you have a shitty work ethic, or if you just, like, come off dumb...
or lazy.
Then you're automatically stupid. Like, people look at me and go, oh, he's fat, so he's automatically stupid.
Right, that conditioning.
But with the thing with you is, like, you don't come... Like, I know for a fact you're, obviously, highly intelligent, evil person. But you come off dumb with certain with certain things. But that's the thing is, like, it's hiding in the stupid... Because you... The way I always put it, I can't speak for you, but I'd much rather have fun than come off like a total fucking nerd. So I'll make stupid, dark fucking jokes at work, and people just think, oh, he's dumb. But you have to have a certain level of intelligence to, one, be quick to make jokes or comebacks and insults like that. And I just, dude, I'm not gonna walk around going bookworm this, bookworm that, da da da.
Actually, as a matter of fact,
factual bullshit.
Yeah.
So yeah. So the fact that he even thought that it was just you, or that you couldn't do it alone, is like, well, that's what you get for underestimating me, you fucking cocksucker.
Exactly. And on top of it, like, you know, because I did this all around 3 a.m., knowing that I wasn't going to clock out until 7, and I didn't want to fuck over, like, my coworker working with me at night, I kept a list for ourselves of the ones that I switched. That way, it's like, if they ever come up, address the list first. If it's one that's fucked up, you know which one to actually grab. And if it's not a fucked up one, just continue with business as usual. Another thing I thought ahead of, and this is another reason why he thought Cody was involved. Knowing that this might result in some, like, unwanted attention at my actual house or phone calls or whatever, I went into the office with the key that I had already forged. The cabinet that holds all of our paperwork, like all of our files from, you know, all the employee files, all the past files of, like, here's staffing sheets, you know, all the collected paperwork. I know exactly which drawer contains the employee files. And it's kept open because nobody thinks, like, nobody's going to fuck with it. So it's like just ease of access, you know, just keep it open, blah, blah, blah. I went into my file and I ripped out every last bit of information so they can't know my address or my phone number or anything. And all I left was the picture of me and a note that I left for Greg saying, "Fuck you, Greg, eat a dick, smiley face." And,
That's amazing.
Yeah, and,
What do you think, he's gonna show up at your house and want to kick your ass because you got him fired?
I'll get to, I was paranoid for a second.
Yeah, well, hold on. I mean, I did cut you off because you said that you and Cody, or you had to spin it into something.
Oh yeah, he was just asking me like, what did you tell Louis, which is our airport shuttle driver, because I knew I could trust Louis. He's one of my few allies there. Um, I told Louis everything that I had just done, and then I went on break, and then of course like clocked out, and of course, what even made it better is the day shift supervisor was walking in as I was walking out, and he's like, "What's up?" And I'm like, like you don't even know. Just nodded to him and walked away, and left there in a fucking hurry. I clocked out at like the most minimum time. Well, I I where was I going with this? So that I get a call around like 2:30 p.m. So I guess that's around when things started to smooth over. From Greg, I obviously deny the call, and then I get a text message, which I'll show you. Um, that it was a big old long preachy message from Greg, and it just opened with, "Hey Alex, just needed to let you know you've been 86th from the property, and if you step foot on in the hotel on of like in any capacity, you will be arrested on site." And then it just goes from there, going like,
How the fuck is what you did illegal?
what I didn't do was illegal because they have to take liability of it. But 86 means I'm banned. So
Oh,
yeah,
well,
I'm trespassing, and that's why I would be
that's
arrested.
still fucking petty as shit.
Well, yeah, fuck. I mean, I think I told you about my friend who got 86 from the property just for throwing a snowball at a security guard. Let alone what I
Wow.
did.
You would think that a fucking casino in a really shitty part of the city would have some balls. Instead of going, "You threw a snowball, you really
Oh,
sick
yeah.
my casino."
He tried to, he said it was assault. He tried to claim that it was assault. Yeah, assault with a snowball.
You're a security guard, dude. You have like fucking mace or tasers, possibly a gun, and you're like, if you put anybody in a position that was somewhat like the police, apparently they're gonna try and they're gonna use their power to the. Oh my god.
Exactly.
Dude.
And knowing how shitty security is, and just knowing that place in general, I got that message and I'm like, okay, I'm 86 from property. Just that night, I went and clocked in again. I just drove up to the property, walked in, said hello to everybody, clocked in, and left.
You clog out too?
I also left the same exact looking smiley face. Like I drew it on the whiteboard in the office just to let them know that I was there. And I still have a key to the office. And I got a text at around 5 a.m. from Cody saying, "Yo, I don't know if you're still there, but you need to get the fuck out of there." And I was just like, "Oh, dude, I've been gone for hours. I'm gonzo beans." But I should mention at that time though, when I went to do that, I noticed I had a flat tire on my car driving from my house to the casino, and like one flat tire and completely flat. So of course, just given everything that I just did, I mean, I turned the entire department against me in doing so. A lot of innocent people had to suffer for this cause, unfortunately. That's the only part that weighs heavy on my soul, is all the people that had to suffer for my cause, getting Greg fired. But I just thought like
Yeah, they're just
an angry coworker.
They're casualties of war.
Yeah, an angry coworker must have been just so frustrated that he that he slashed my tire. But the thing is, like, I could have sworn that I remembered the light going on as I was leaving that morning, and
It could be just a hardcore coincidence.
I took it to Les Schwab today. Turns out it was purely circumstantial. I just had a bad sensor. But like when I drove it that night to the place, I was talking to Eric, my valet guy, going like, "Oh yeah, I think someone slashed my tire, blah blah." And then like the whole time while my car's being like the tires being tested at Les Schwab / replacing the tires, I was texting Cody back and forth, and we were just like being hellish Sherlock Holmes about it. Like, yeah, well, what if it was this guy? And what was the motive? Blah, blah, blah. Like, it was just a big old thing. And then I text, just like, false alarm, Watson. Bad sensor. Lols.